Welcome to Unfiltered Hummingbird. I am your host, Camellia. Hey, we're going to unpack some questions, interview some guests, have a little fun together. Come on, let's get to it. A few years ago, I had a great opportunity to meet a very special friend. She was older than me, and I just loved her instantly. She's just a beautiful, beautiful woman. She used to tell me, baby girl, faith is not what you see. Faith is what you don't see. You can't see faith. Faith is what you don't see. So you got to hope in the thing that you want to see. That's where your faith is. I was like, oh, for a long time, listeners, I didn't understand what she was talking about. Didn't make sense to me, right? Until I started living. Now, my special friend, she's gone on to be with the Lord, but one thing that I definitely took from our relationship is hope beyond what you see. And what I thought about, or what I found, was in the Bible, where it says in Lamentations 3:25 through 30, God proves to be good to the man who passionately waits, to the woman who diligently seeks. It's a good thing to quietly hope for help from God. It's a good thing when you're young to stick it out through the hard times. When life is heavy and hard to take, go off by yourself. Enter the silence. Bow in prayer. Don't ask questions. Wait for hope to appear. Don't run from trouble. Take it full face. The worst is never the worst. Why? Because the master won't ever walk out and fail to return. If he works severely, he also works tenderly. When I read that, it really helped me, because it made me realize that sometimes we just got to get off to ourselves, right? Because life and circumstances in our lives can get loud. And when they get loud, listeners, what happens? Sometimes we make quick choices and quick decisions that if we would have just taken just a moment to just stop, just close it down. Just get quiet. Sometimes quietness is loud, right? I heard my nephew, I guess he was 5 years old. One time he said, I don't like the quiet. It's too loud. I laughed, but that made so much sense to me, because he realized that it's loud in my head. And that's what we have to do. We have to realize that even though we're not saying nothing in our minds is probably going 50, 60, 100 miles an hour. And sometimes we have to quiet our minds down. We have to just shh, almost like taking the fizz out of it. Quiet our minds down so that we can really think, clearly think, quietly pray, quietly hope that whatever we need in our lives at that moment, that we're going to get. So hope beyond what you see. What are you hoping to see today? What are you hoping to see in the future? What are you hoping to see in your children's lives, on your job, in your marriage, in your career? What are you hoping to see? Are you quietly seeking God for that? Are you praying? Are you having, because faith without works is dead, right? So you have to have some type of action. It's not all about just praying. You have to put some action behind what you're praying about. Are you doing that? Do you have actions to back up what you're hoping will happen in your life? And if you do, keep doing it. You have to know, you must know that your work, your actions are not in vain. They're not in vain. So keep hoping, my friends. Don't give up. How do you hope? You quietly hope and you shut your minds down. All right, that's all we have for today. Join me next time on Unfiltered Hummingbird. I am your host, Camellia. Until then, have a blessed day.